Well, it could have, but not while we were.
Yeah, just like you, the heck of a job then to get the penny up because he was on such an angle. Dragged the wheel back and then we had to raise the track and pull him back out. And then we couldn't start the darn thing again without towing. And we're far over there, bent the blooming crag out. We had to go and back underneath. No, the forge. Oh, and then after it got wet, I brought my feet up there. Yeah, and stuff like that.
You couldn't do much about it, will you? Well, I'll finish up when I came back next day. I had a lot of water and I just poured the water on the thing because we had to get some seal to cook.
Well, I was trying to work it out. Well, before 2 years,
is stiff. But that was in 57. And it never stopped working. It never stopped working.
There's still bulldozer driving. There's still a building up there of some sort.
Oh yeah, should I have to wander up there and have a look?
Yeah.
It's a little shed of some sort.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be a blackberry patch up
It looks
there.
like a blackberry patch. Yeah.
That's where Barry that moved
You know? Big out a few of these. Neil, the one with the blue eyes, brown eyes. Tony. No, it was his brother, wasn't it?
Young, yeah, younger than Norm, next one down.
Yeah, his name was Bruce, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, because he married, what's his name?
Cynthia Herbert.
No, Norm married Cynthia.
Yeah.
What's that other bloke? Joe Masters' daughter. What's her name? Aileen.
Well, yeah, Pat.
Yeah, that's who he married, yeah.
Yeah, well, this O'Neill was no relation to them. It was Tony and his brother. Tony was the youngest. He finished up in with Jeff Harris in Bunbury. We give him the bars whether he needed it or not.
That's the bottom road.
Was that Patterson?
Oh, yeah, but obviously the middle there.
Oh, yeah, that one, yeah. And Badbury's are in Mount Barker. Mrs. Connor is still alive. Yeah, he's gone. He's been gone for quite a while. Smith.
Norm Smith, I don't know.
I don't know him. Anderson's, I don't know. Dawes, I don't know. Yeah, he was a character, yeah. Shoemaker, I don't know. Evans, he's been gone for a long time. Major, I think he's still alive.
He's in Elwing, isn't
Yeah.
Kevin, mate.
Yes, yeah.
Oh yeah. They've had a bit of a break.
There wasn't a lot bigger then, was it? Not much bigger than the 24. They used to teach.
Yeah, no point. Yeah.
Yeah, that I can't remember. They were only. It's not that bad.
You're looking bloody well.
That's kangaroo meat, does that?
Kangaroo meat.
Actually, he's a lot thinner than he used to be.
Yeah.
Remember Murray years ago at Forest Hill Hall to dance? Me and Ernie, my other brother. Remember that bloody old Bundy Stone? Remember that? And Ernie said, Murray dancing ready. Oh, wasn't yesterday anyhow.
That's good half dozen bloody cartons gone since then.
Where did you get to find yourself here?
Well, I nearly got lost coming here.
Yeah, coming here today.
There you go.
Yeah, it's gone mouldy.
Yeah. That's what lives down there near the swamp dust here. Yeah.
However, I just finished talking to Martin's over at
Those changing.
Said he had a beer with his old man here. Is that where you got the hat? I just seen it. Yeah.
He said, yeah, but I said, I'm going to find out what school you went to, because I said, your estimates are always 50% out. I said, they're double. I said, apparently you can't add up that much. Anyhow, I got rid of that. And I saw black umbrella at the town here, so I I'm going up, and where the hell you are? I go, and another blooming thing. It's all right if you're 40 years younger, but at my given age, you know, you can pick up your roots and plant them somewhere else.
Sort of where you live, Leslie, now, I mean, that used to be bush, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, when we went out there, there wasn't much traffic on the road.
That's Highway 1.
They're going up and down the road all the day. Going down.
I live in Newcastle. That wasn't bad there. Now that they continue to text me.
Oh,
You
yes.
get there in the morning from about 8 o'clock.
There's only one choice.
We used to walk in France and you all used to get children.
Yeah, we probably will. Jim,
My wife come over, but I just put my Christian name down here. Yeah, oh, so I said, I'll stop here and keep an eye on you. And you go and find, get the rifle, see? That was with it, Browning, or combat. And because the others didn't like it, you know. So I held the torch on the box and fired was with one hand the rabbit and the fox. I never thought to get him. But he was about 150 yards away. And I didn't know that I couldn't kill him till the next day. And I walked down there, and here he was lying dead, never moved. I got him straight through the front yard. I couldn't believe myself. It's the biggest fluke I ever had, I reckon.
We're all in rows, running from way down below where the vehicles are, right up to the top. Possibly, I don't know, 6, 7 tents in a row, and 5, maybe 6 rows right across. It's about all. Then in between them were some ablution blocks, which are the concrete blocks that are still here. They had rows of cement troughs for the ladies to wash the clothes in on one half, and the other half had an enclosed area with concrete baths. They were concrete. They were awful things. Most of us eventually ended up with our own little tubs that we used to just put in the kitchen, on the kitchen floor, and have a bath in a tub.
Cold water.
Hot water. But we still have our tub at home. We didn't have a communal toilet, only communal wash houses. Every tent, or the married quarters were actually a collection of tents. We had 4 tents all joined together with a big kitchen in the middle between them. And ours was a bit upgraded. We even had a tent to put the motor car in as well, which was very good because we had an almost new motor car, so we were very proud of that.
What did you run?
We had a 55 Holden Ute. When we came here was 1956, the second time. I was here in 54, and later on in 56 came back again. Every change of season, the land settlement used to shift us away. Many peaks had to be developed in the summertime because it became very boggy and we couldn't work machinery in the winter. So we would get transferred away to many peaks or somewhere else in the summer, return to this heavy country like here, Rocky Gully, Pearl in the wintertime, until such times as many peaks was finished, and then we were here full time. The project had been commenced. Another chap was leading hand here, and the name Frank Clifford seems to ring a bell, but I can't be sure. It could have been the man that was leading hand before me. And I came here for the winter months of 54. The bulldozing that was happening here, the gangs had their leading hands, but I was sort of leading hand doing other things as well as looking after bulldozers. We were looking for dam sites, things like that. We went out into the bush with augers and selected what we thought could be a good dam site in the bush before they started bulldozing. Then later on in 54, at the end of winter, I was transferred to Rocky Gully. I didn't get back to Denbarker then until 1956, and from 56 came in here bulldozer driving. Went away again for a couple of months to South Stirling's in September and October. Then came back here again, carrying on bulldozer driving, and I did a lot of work measuring the improvements on the farms with the 5-chain tape and a compass. In 57, they wanted a new storeman up in the depot, so I became a storeman for 15 months until the middle of 58. Then I went full-time measuring the farms again, and measured a number of farms in Denbarker, measured all of the farms, every single farm in South Stirling's, not South Stirling's, in Perillup. I had measured some in South Stirling's earlier. Measured all the farms in Perillup, North and South Perillup, and quite a number of the farms that were scattered through Rocky Gully. Then in '59, I left the land settlement, and we haven't been back to this site in 40 years. So it's quite an eye-opener to have a look. Come here first. Whenever I used to see him when he was working with tradies on the D7, he'd have a full-size bottle in a brown paper bag down the side of the seat. It wasn't beer.
Cold tea.
Gold. Oh, yeah, I said it wasn't beer. It wasn't beer. It had a screw top.
I remember taking Dozer bloke to karate out in the factory somewhere, and he was driving out there. And he said, "That's some dinner, Terry, and you've got 3 cans of this and that and the other, and put them in one bloody pot of water with a spud." Right? With a spud. Yeah. And that was the other one.
Wash the labels off.
There was no washing up.
No, you wash the labels off cooking them.
We went out, and there was I used to go and fix the machines, you see. I was in trouble with mechanics.
Like the land settlement.
Yeah.
And you don't Bob McAllister and...
Yeah, and anyhow... Yeah. Anyhow, there was David Davidovic, and there was Murray, and that bloke who was telling me about Jim on the thing. Anyhow, they turned up, and David Davidovic had a blooming leg of lamb and wrapped up in tea towel and like breakfast. This one. Maury comes along with a bloody oily bag, you see, bread bag. Chips this loaf of bread out, and you had to have a hacksaw to cut. And there was a hunk of bacon, you see. There's not a big bag on it. You flicker these out, and eat this bacon and this bread, you know.
They were pretty rough days, weren't they?
Yeah, he's right.
That's right.
Oh, Barry just did that just to show him up.
That's right. Someone was saying a while ago that you would never get people to live in the conditions they all lived in. You wouldn't do it now.
No, I couldn't see it.
No way. And when we remember the days in Denmark, Terry, we drank water from the creeks. That's the only water we had, wasn't it? On the dairy farm.
Yeah, with the bloody chip.
That's what I learned to drive.
One on each bloody wing.
Yeah, I learned to drive on that truck. It was rather funny, that truck. Remember the accelerator rod used to go along under the floor from the right-hand side to the left-hand side, and if we pushed hard on the left-hand side, we could rev up the engine.
Remember going to Sharpers over there one night?
Sharpers, yeah.
Bloody hot Sunday, you see. And we would come and stay on a weekend. We went to play Sharpers bloody block.
Yeah, up
First got out to open the gate.
The other was scattered down the bloody house. They were all sitting on the red bloody new, weren't they?
Yeah, it was sticking up day.
That's when I started working with Jim Mark.
You had a Bren gun, didn't you? Bren gun carrier? Pulling logs
Bren
down?
gun and Bren gun carrier.
Bren gun carrier.
Bloody three.
You didn't
Before
get them-
dozers.
Yeah.
Then they got, eventually they sent 2 D4s in that bloody carry country.
You can imagine.
So I like putting me against pushing that bloody tree down with my arm.
Well, if the carry went laid on the ground this high, and they couldn't move, all you could do is push stuff up to them.
I used to saw them up with a bloody
Well, a drag
drag
saw.
just go like this, saw them into length and then log them together to burn. Yeah, that was slow coming, wasn't it?
Surprisingly,
He must have started. No, I started on land settlement before him, but not very much longer.
I started,
I've seen it from way to go.
you started about 46 from memory it commenced. I started at the beginning of 47.
And I started when I got out the army in 46.
I just started at 51.
Yeah. I hadn't had my 16th birthday even though I was 15. Those days they didn't employ boys. If you could do the job, they only paid
Good enough.
yeah, something like £12 a fortnight, I think it was. But they didn't have boys.
You'd be overpaid.
We worked with all sorts of blokes. Most of them, anybody that come out of a jail in the city was immediately sent down south to the land settlement to get them out of the city.
Remember the team that we used to have in the picking up team?
We had a lot of them here.
Remember old Jack Hillard and Paddy Jeffrey?
Jack Hillard was a sorry.
Yeah, up in Duck City.
He used to get drunk every pay weekend
Yeah.
and lay in bed and fill his pants and oh, words. Oh, God, lovely.
Paralytic.
Why, Jim, there was a lot of them.
But Jack Hillard, he was a gas lighter in Elton in the early days before it went to electricity. And
That's where they mistried.
learned the trick. But yeah, one of his jobs was going around lighting the gas lights, which they have replicas now of in Albany. He lit them. His birthday was the next day after mine, but he had a lot more years than me.
But when he was sober, he was a good man, good working.
But he was sober, yeah.
Oh,
He got old stick. Paddy Jeffries.
Yeah.
Paddy Jeffries.
Oh, Paddy, that Irishman.
Yeah.
Used
He
to
was
have
Irish
Yeah.
anyway.
billy full of pennies. He went to have money to bank it. And the handle broke off and pennies scattered all over the street. And kids after. I don't think he's a
The Italians, they used to do a lot of picking up out the Rocky Gully, and they used to get their bloody check, you see, and they used to cash it, and they used to stick in the bloody check. And pound for you, pound for you, pound for you, pound for you. Go around till the cash run out. The bloke handing out with a pound over you, that's mine for handing it out.
Well, gee, they done some work.
I can't remember.
Oh, yes, yeah, I
Charlie,
remember.
he's a mate of Charlie Carroll.
Yes, yeah. He had a big Baronia plant growing alongside his tent. Yeah. Oh, this one.
Johnny Carroll.
The Italians, when Johnny Carpenter used to do the store run, he'd bring out a wheat bag full of bread. There'd be a box of spaghetti and perhaps around £1 for butter to go with it, and a gallon of olive oil, cases of nardis, a big concentrate, a tomato concentrate.
Oh, yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
That's all they
Yeah,
had.
yeah. They used to just go round and round, just like a plant, you know. And the strongest one was on the outside, and the weaker ones come into the centre and took the smaller circle. You'd drive past in one of our human hands could pick up so many stumps, you know, and stack them up.
Vinny
Do the same
Vinny
with the
did more
bird.
Rocky Gully for a while. He used to run the mill.
He was up in the mill.
He was down here too for a while.
He used to tell stories that way.
No, it's not.
Wasn't all the black there, but he passed on.
Yeah, I was there, yeah. Good fellas, yeah.
Yeah, well, your name is an old name from Napier, isn't it?
That's right, yeah, yeah.
I think somehow or another, I think he used to go past the bloody King River School there at one stage when I was going to school. Or his parents, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, my parents were group settlement farmers on the Calvin River. There were 7 farms on the Kelvin River, and I think it was 3 on the foot of the Pull Rocks. I think it was 10 of them.
Something I didn't know.
Yeah. It was a very successful scheme too. I think it was 2.
Most of them weren't Denmark.
No.
It wasn't. And, another one down North Cliff, and you couldn't call them successful.
No. Well, there was 2 out of the 10 or 12, whatever it was, walked off. But eventually, the rest of them went over onto private banks and through all the books.
Because, I feel sorry for those people that first went to Denmark. There's no way could they make a bloody living out of that or a go of it.
Because these fellas, Terry, were on Red Gum and Jarrah, and weren't on Curry Country.
They should have bloody saved all them Curry through them days for bloody timber, I'd say.
Terry Buckland, didn't you? How could mine was it?
Curry trees couldn't put through from one way.
Kill the bloody trees.
They're all dead. Stages
Oh,
there.
yeah, Mitchell, but
Mookow Mitchell instigated that, a bloke called Mookow Mitchell. Before my time. He was finished up the governor of Western Australia, I think.
Like a disaster down there, wasn't it? Right through there,
Those Curry trees, all the sops.
Oh, in Curry, Jarrah
and
too.
they use a spear in the bloody ground, and you want a bloody D7 to pull the bloody thing down.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
Curry,
Yeah.
Jarrah trees too.
The worst aspects of that Kerry country, though, is because they used to get what they call that in Denmark wasting disease. So you
They got over that.
Cobalt deficiency.
It was a long time before they discovered that.
It's worse in Denmark than anywhere, I think.
Remember Murray when we were clearing down Pemberton? I went down from this country and went down there and pushing the dry gums, dry red gum and carry. I couldn't tell the difference. All the carries were all eaten out on the top of
That's
the
one
white
thing I didn't like
You
about
hit them with a
Bulldozer.
tractor. Come back over the top. Like you
That's
see.
one thing I didn't like about bulldozer drivers. They couldn't tell the difference between a bloody carry and a red gum and a jarrah.
Like you didn't take us long to learn.
Sometimes a bloody Christmas tree. I had a bloke out my front, and I stuck a. He's driving for karate. I don't know his name again, but I stuck a bloody accident in the Christmas tree. No, not that tree now, mate. No, he said, I'll come back and say, come out later, the tree's disappeared. Well, those Costellas, they admitted they didn't know it. Red gum.
Costellas. How do you...
Daddy and those blokes.
Right, we bloody learned quick down in that Pemberton management country with that dry stuff. Yeah, you could push a gum with the red gums were just loaded with white ants. You just break straight back over the tractor.
Carries and berries are great. A lot of these bombs.
I remember one time.
You get somebody from England or something who's that's a red gum tree, and that's because I did the tree, and I said, that's a carrot tree, that's a red gum tree, and this one's down. 5 minutes afterwards, he wouldn't know much.
Well, I had the same experience when I got introduced first. I was working on a main road building bridges, so the person knew when picking up my house. Yeah, and he was picking Jarrah for parks. You know that can river to Rocky Jarrah, went in that one. If you were on the list. And he goes past the red gum. I said, look at this beautiful tree, and it's living in it, looking for crops. I didn't know the difference. It's no good.
Yeah.
The hits were attacking it.
This bit of bush here is nearly all red. That would be worth nothing. 30 or 40 years.
That's right. Yeah.
Big ones are making the garden sleepers.
Take them over to Melbourne.
I don't kick on myself the way anything to do with it.
Well, I reckon they're using it for furniture too.
Yeah, I've been through some of the furniture factories down the southwest. I go into all those craft shop furniture, and they're exporting the stuff overseas. The red gum furniture is beautiful.
I've got a lot of the old beer cases now with red gum when you come to think about it. The old 5,000 beer cases.
Could have been gone, but they were white. They get it down real fine ivory finish on it. Oh yeah, and it's very
gum veins. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, of course they don't use them. They cut them out. It's very wasteful timber.
You haven't had a bloke on them.
But right, use straight blade and cable blades too. That's right.
Matter of fact, I took a bloody blade out. I made by for demonstration. They put it on a bloody PDA hanging
Yeah.
and all the bloody heads rejected it. Vance
Rake
White was there, rake blade.
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
short bloody thing.
That's all they use now, yeah.
And Vance White and some of the bugs from Perth, and they rejected it.
Yeah.
And I don't think they started to use them until karate introduced them.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Yeah, that was the first time I used it.
First one that I ever saw.
But, you know,
It took a bit of getting used to after using the blade.
that's right, yeah. Because with the blades, you sort of have to come in and use the corner of the blade and slew it, take your load in, tumble it over, and then come back, and then pinch it in, and back blade it out. You know, if it was on green stuff, you could come in with a blade full of shit, and then just lift your blade up and let all the leaves fall back over, cover up the sand.
I built my trick. I had Dennis and myself had the 2B8 pushing that.
I would imagine what happened there was they pushed the timber off, and then you took the earth off and
No,
leveled
we
it.
took the earth with the timber.
Oh, did you? That was like a Jack Scanlon bloody windrow. You got some sticks in your windrow, in your sand rows.
I remember Jack Scanlon going out
Yeah.
to work straight
Yeah,
one morning way down the south
that's it.
side.
Yeah.
And we're all going out. The next thing he's zooming past us with the 24. Go and have a log this high.
Right, yeah.
Past us all.
Yeah. Remember Cracker Scanlon lorry? Remember
I know.
Yeah.
Big glasses, didn't they? Chew up glasses.
Yeah, big time.
Beer glass.
Yeah, you did, yeah. They ripped the top off of yeah. Yeah. One time, old Stan White had all his washing sprung up on a line, on a bit of tent line. And old Cracker comes out with a bottle and just chunks the bloody rope and drops all his washing there. Yeah. He could get hold of a table and lift it up, bend down like that, get hold of his bloody teeth, and just hold it up. Yeah. You're on a bad day after you've been in the slop. No way, no.
No, you take your mix. Because you wouldn't give in.
No.
I think there's another one. 5 inch road. Maybe more pink.
Yeah, it's a big team there, yeah. Well, it was a lot.
Just about as many in the Sunday singles.
And they had big teams over at Pearl up in Rocky Jelly. Rocky Jelly was probably the biggest.
Oh, yeah, Rocky Jelly.
They had their guys over there.
Big man 40 here and big.
Yeah, I never worked with Rocky Jelly much. I did a short stint over there.
Oh, 50 made a fortune. Tipsy.
The old shop's still there, you know. It's got a new section in front now. Not at Rocky Gully, but up at Franklin. Tipsy's old shop. Still there. The old part.
That Nissan hut there, that was part of the old depot with the passes.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It was. There's not much left of the old one. That was part of it.
Yeah, there was a story. One of the welders lived in it or something.
Yeah, I forget what it was used for.
George Douglas's. Who was that? Who's the George Douglas's?
George Douglas.
Somebody who's lived there, didn't they? They had one in front of it. They had two there, one in front of that. And that was the store that Alec Galbraith used to live in that in front of the store. And the other one behind that,
Really would like to see that.
was a Nissan hut. Was a mess after all race. They used that as a Nissan hut. George Douglas and his wife.
One's harsh on like I'm saying, like Cracker. Sadler, Sherwin,
Camp just up the top here alongside you, actually, wasn't
that's right, yeah.
Is that what it was? They reckon it buggers up your memory.
But I could keep up to my
You must do something.
because there wasn't too many
Plenty of opportunities
hand
to
that type of work, they could hand
get around a bit.
do something better.
Like getting pushed in it.
Yeah, with the blade you could keep it out, like when you're
It's still alive, that's amazing.
Oh yeah, it's all downhill, isn't it?
You could push up daisies now.
Push on to where there was a level
Bloody
base to make
miracles
that
there, ain't
speed.
Yeah.
And then you had then you actually had the backbone.
They used to ride.
So different. Right, no one can sleep. Look at plenty of Yeah, well, I had
Drops that apparently compass copper.
Yeah, this is the board that I used to carry in the field when we did the measuring. And these are the papers. They are very dilapidated and dirty, but they got that way because they were filled in as I did the work in the field. We're measuring along with a 5-chain tape, take a compass reading along a fence and then measure it, or along the edge of the stump, measure the way along, and then put with a protractor, we put the compass reading onto paper and the measurement along to the appropriate corner or wherever we were heading for, and gradually we would, or I would, come up with a plan. If we turn that one around, it's a plan of a farm.
The fact that I was close to the town, I mean, that story went
What year?
I put my glasses on, then I can tell you. The date on that one is the 20th of April 1959. I've got some here that go right back to 1954 and even earlier to 1953. The days of photocopying and fax machines and all that. I'd have to do this in the field, measure it, take all the measurements, plot in improvements like where the dams were. Then I would put it onto over the top of another sheet of paper, and on every corner I would prick a hole with a hat pin, and then go right over the map, every corner a pin prick. And I'd take this piece of paper off, and then I'd set to work and join all the pin pricks together with lines using Indian ink and a tiny pen, which I've got some here, and if you can stop for a second, I'll get you some. This is some of the old gear I used.
Along the way they're going, and then eventually where it got too wet, they'd lay them across it. When it was too wet.
That's the rule that I used extensively. That's 20 chain to the inch.
Oh yes.
I mentioned the word corduroy.
These are the little pens that were used.
That's not really the right word, because corduroy is...
Yep.
and the Indian ink, which by now is probably dry, but it's still there. But that's how it was done in those days. There was no photocopying. The only way to get a copy was to prick it through.
An actual sleeves were put in so they end up
with that pit.
If it come off, then you just go in.
Sometimes to work out acreages, this was used in a certain manner, which I can't show because I haven't got the protractor with me. If I had the protractor, I could show you how I used it to work out acreages. I can't show you. I should have brought the protractor as well. It's a special square protractor called a Douglas protractor.
They presented me with an axe and a grubber when I got there. That's bloody true.
That's the bulldozer from those days.
Yeah.